Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So yesterday we said that you can't make Islam a sabab of furqah, right? And here also you can't present Islam because you don't have wilayat and authority. So there is necessary now to make the shart of furqah in the place of the sabab. And in this case, what's the shart of furqah? The elapsing of the hays, the three hays that will take the place of sabab. And after that, now that will then the separation will occur after the elapsing of three hays. And they can give example just like the digging of a well. If you dug a well, not in your own property, but rather in a place where you're not supposed to dig a well, right? Then somebody fell in the well and died, right? Who's responsible? You are responsible. Why? Because you dug a well in the wrong place. But now, actually, what caused that person's death? What actually caused that person's death is his weight, because he walked and his weight pulled him down, right? And uh, and therefore he died, right? But you can't make his weight, his natural weight. You can't make that the sabab of him dying. So you go to the sabab, which is the person who dug the well in the wrong place. You understand? So this is similar to that the shart of you can even call it the shart of the dying. You understand it? Is the digging of the well, right? ولا فرق بين المدخول بها وغير المدخول بها. And there is no difference between a madkhul biha and a ghair madkhul biha. Right. So in other words, here also a ghair madkhul biha also she like to start the three hays out. Right. والشافعي رحمه الله يفصل كما مر له في دار الإسلام. And Imam Shafi rahmallah, he makes a distinction just as it passed for him in Darul Islam. You understand? So he says here that the غير مدخول بها, the separation will occur the moment somebody accepts Islam, right? And we say no. Whether she's madkhul biha or ghair madkhul biha, and she's in Darul Harb, then she must observe three hays to come out of this for the separation to take place. وإذا وقعت الفرقة والمرأة حربية فلا عدة عليها. So, and when the separation occurs now, and the woman is a harbiya, then there is no iddat upon her with consensus, right? Because she's a harbiya, right? وإن كانت هي المسلمة فكذلك عند أبي حنيفة خلافا لهما. And if she is a Muslima now, right, then likewise according to Imam Banifa rahmatullahi, and contrary to Sahibain, right? So what they're saying here now is that after the three hays now, right? After the three hays, the separation takes place. Now, after the separation, is there sal iddat? So they say there's no id, but if she's a harbiya, right? And if she's a Muslimah, then there's ikhtilaf. There's an, you understand? وسيأتيك إن شاء الله تعالى, and this must will come to you إن شاء الله تعالى. وإذا أسلم زوج الكتابية فهما على نكاحهما. If the husband of a kitabiya woman accepts Islam, then they will stay upon the nikah, right? لأنه يصح النكاح بينهما ابتداء فلا يبقى أولى, because nikah is correct between them at the beginning. So for it to remain, for this nikah to continue, will be more deserving. You understand it? So this nikah won't break. It will continue because they can't even, they could have gotten married like that at the beginning also. وإذا أخرج أحد الزوجين إلينا من دار الحرب مسلما وقعت البينونة بينهما وقال الشافعي رحمة الله تقع. And when one of the spouses comes out towards us from Darul Harb as a Muslim, then the separation will occur between them. And Imam Shafi rahmatullahi say it won't occur. ولو سبي أحد الزوجين وقعت البينونة بينهما بغير طلاق. And if one of the spouses has been taken a captive, then the separation will occur between them two without any talaq. وإن سبيا معا لم يقع البينونة. And if they both were taken captive together, then the separation doesn't occur. وقال الشافعي رحمة الله وقعت. And Imam Shafi رحمة الله say it will occur. right. فحاصل أن السبب هو التباين دون الصبي عندنا وهو يقول بعكسه. The the summary of this whole thing here is this, that the sabab, in other words, the reason for separation is the different countries and not being taken captive according to us. And he says the opposite. In other words, he says being taken captive is a sabab of furqa. So in other words, the separation will occur according to him the moment they are taken captive. and, and we say the moment they separate countries, then the separation occurs according to us, right? له أن التباين أثره في انقطاع الولاية. Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi's dalil is that the separation of countries, its effect is to cut off that authority between them two. In other words, when remember he says separation of countries doesn't cause the furqa, right? The separation, right? So he says separation of countries, what does it do? It breaks off that authority. We don't have any more authority, neither does from that side, neither that side, right? وَذَلِكَ لَا يُؤْثِرُ فِي الْفُرْقَةِ. And that doesn't have any effect in separating. You understand? So he says separation of countries doesn't cause a separation, right? And he gives example, كَالْحَرْبِيِّ الْمُسْتَأْمِنِ وَالْمُسْلِمِ الْمُسْتَأْمِنِ. Like a Harbi who's taken a visa and came into Darul Islam, right? And a Muslim who's taken a visa and gone into Darul Harb. Remember, the Harbi will come now, maybe he's coming for trade. So he gets a visa which he won't be allowed more than a year, right? And then he'll get a visa for however long, and he'll come into Darul Islam, do his trade, and go back. So we also say that that doesn't break his nikah. You understand it? And likewise, a Muslim goes into Darul Harb to do trade, and he goes with a visa in, then that we also say that doesn't break his nikah. So Imam Shafi says, see, yet the Bayun al-Darain has taken place, but the nikah still remains intact. أما السبي فيقتضي صفاء للسابي. As of being taken captive, then it demands her being solely for the one who took her captive, or him being solely for the one who took him captive, right? ولا يتحقق إلا بانقطاع النكاح. And this will not be realized except with the breaking of the nikah. In other words, he will not be solely for the sabi, the one who took him captive, unless you break his nikah. That's what Imam Shafi'i says, right? وَلِهَذَا يَسْكُتُ الدَّيْنُ عَنْ ذِمَّةِ الْمُسَبَّةِ. For this reason, the debt also drops off from the responsibility of the one who's taken captive. So what he's saying here is that if the captive owed any money also in the other country, in the country that he was, right, then that money also drops off. The money also drop off because now he's going into a slavery, into he's becoming a slave of the sabi. You understand? So the money, the debt also drops off. So what Imam Shafi is proving here is that separation of countries doesn't have an effect in the nikah breaking, right? And but being taken captive, that needs the one who's been taken captive to be solely for the one who took him captive, and that cannot occur with the nikah still existing. That's what he's saying literally.